Hey guys, welcome back to another video from sysadmin 102. So most of you probably know me by my voice. I usually sit behind a keyboard, but today's video, I'm actually showing you how I can putting a new network panel. And so this is me. This is what I look like. My name is Non, by the way, and as you know, I put it out on my community page that I actually deployed to Africa the last 9 months. So that's the reason why I have not made any video in the last 200 something day. So it makes it difficult for me to make video remotely because internet in Africa is a little bit slow, and because my work, it kind of make it tricky try to remotely connect to my house and making video for you. I return on deployment. We purchased a house. Yeah, YouTube money not gonna able to get me the house, but regardless, I'm still getting subscriber, and for that, thank you for the love and support. Even though I'm not making any new content, with the new house, I actually have a lot of projects going on, like networking, security, smart home. So there are a lot more new content gonna coming out if you're interested in that. So how does it fit into my channel that all about network security? So part of it you know how to isolate your network, like your IoT device, your TV, your garage opener that connected to the internet. So how you can isolate the network and keep it, separate from your actual home network. So that's why it make it safer for your home network. So in upcoming video, I'm gonna show you how to do that. But in today's video, I'm gonna actually install the new network panel. So as you see right now, I have I believe this is 28 inches panel, which it doesn't have a lot of room. It perfectly fine. It comes with the house. All the new house, they run all the cable, which is kind of nice that I don't have to cut the wall and try to run the cable. So that's the plus side. However, it's kind of small. As you see right now, we already have the fiber optic to Ethernet and that coax cable, and then it connected to my OPNSense firewall. It already kind of filled up, so I want to have a little bit more room. First up is to spread the heat, so that it's not gonna be too hot in here, and secondly, it's big enough for me to put like a UPS in here, so that way if the power go out, I still able to have internet connection into my house. And the new panel that I can put it in is gonna be 42 inches. So I either have to cut it up or cut it down. So we're gonna have to take it off the panel and see what the structure behind it. So whether it's a good idea to cut it up or cut it down. And let's get started. Hey, so before we get started, in front of me, I have the Leviton panel. This is the new panel. It's 42 inches by 17 and about 5.5 inches depth. That should be enough room for me to put the UPS on the bottom and everything else on top. As you see, it's a vented panel, which means that you see it have like a little vent up here, so that gonna help with like spreading all the heat and keeping it cool. Additionally, the panel are APS polymer, meaning that it's RF transparent. It's not blocking any Wi-Fi signal. The reason I want to do that is because I actually want to keep everything in this box. Especially I have the UV security camera that come with the home base, and I want to keep that home base in here. So that's why it's all connected to a UPS, and if the power went down, I still gonna able to see the security camera feed remotely without the power being out at my house. And this panel, it actually, if you can, I'll include the link in the descriptions. And if you purchase using the link, it affiliated link, it would help out my channel. My wife, the boss, if I don't make any money with the YouTube thing, she's not gonna let me do it. So if you're looking for more video, more content, please help me out by using the affiliated link on the bottom. Also, if you are active duty or veteran, purchase this panel from Home Depot would give you a 10% military active duty or veteran discount. And let's get started. Alright, so first step, obviously safety first, right? You're gonna disconnect the power, and then we're gonna remove all the network equipment from here, all the wires, and then we're gonna remove the panel. So let's get started. Alright, so now that we have the panel removed, as you see, we have room on the bottom, and as well we have room on the top as well. I already checked underneath it, then doesn't have anything like structurally locking it, so we can cut it up or cut it down. But in this case, I kind of disappointed a little bit. They actually run all the cable through this beam, you call it. Sorry, I'm an IT guy, so I don't know what it's called. Anyhow, they drill a hole into here, so it's kind of, I will have to push the cable behind the panel. Okay, as you see, the Leviton is actually around 4 inches, and right here we have around 6 inches, so that leaves you some room in the back, so I can tuck the cable in the back. So I think I'm gonna try to cut it up. I kind of don't want to cut it down even more, because that gonna, if I open the panel, it might hit all the stuff around, and I kind of want to have the panel up high, so I don't have to, like, you know, stay down while try to adjusting all the network cable and stuff like that. And I might have to cut that conduit a little bit. Actually, let me see how far did the conduit go. So the conduit go all the way right around up here, so that means I might have to compensate and cut a little bit down and a little bit up, so that way I don't have to cut much of that conduit. So usually I'm gonna cut it up using the cut up saw, but since, as you see, there's a lot of cable behind it, so I'm gonna actually using the drywall saw and cut it up manually. So we're probably gonna do like 9 inches on top and another 5 inches on the bottom. That would make it 42 inches. And there we go, we got our first cut done. The reason why I can't cut all the way up, because you see there is a conduit for the fiber optic from out on the street to here inside the wall. So if I cut it up higher, the panel gonna get stuck with the conduit. So that's the reason why I can only cut up to the conduit, and then I have to cut another 5 inches down. And right here, I wish they could have run the cable all the way up here and go down instead of doing it on the side like this. However, as you see, there is a gap like probably ½ inches. That should be big enough for me to tuck the cable behind it and run it all the way up here and go down to the panel again. And let's get to our next step. We're gonna cut the bottom one. Alright, and then our next step is to cut the bottom part. So I cut like 9 inches up on the top, so it's probably another 5 inches on the bottom. So the inside frame is the 42 inches for the box. So we're gonna make sure that we're gonna cut at 42 inches. Not easy to make it bigger. If it didn't fit, then you have to patch the wall. So we're gonna cut it perfectly at 42 inch, and if it didn't fit, we're gonna make it a little bit wider. And from there, we're gonna use the leveler to make the line to the other side. All right. I'm actually using the Milwaukee saw wall. These things actually came detachable, so if you break them or you know it become dull, you can buy the new one. So the conduit pipe is actually really soft. You can just cut it with a knife. However, just to make sure that you're not cutting the cable inside, so they kind of work around that cable. Next, I'm gonna try to straighten all the cable. So that's where I can run it into the conduit. Not the conduit, but into the panel itself. Alright, so it looked like a perfect fit. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna use a screwdriver to break up the panel so that we can run the conduit into this one. Usually with the metal it's a lot easier, but the plastic is a little bit more difficult, I guess. I use the cutter to cut it. There we go. Maybe using my knife, it's a lot easier. Yep. Alright. I got one cut out. It actually might be big enough, so I'm gonna try to fit all the cable, the TV cable and the Ethernet cable, as well as the conduit into this one. So we'll see if that works. So I'm gonna run the fiber optic in first. And it fit nicely. Next we just have to mount it. So these hinges are actually kind of sticking out. That because these are supposed to be mounted behind the drywall. So these are supposed to be installed during constructions, but because we did it you know, kind of afterwards, so it is what it is. There is a panel. It can kind of cover all the thing. You don't have to mount it on the side of the stud. You can mount it inside. Let me show you what I mean by that. Alright, so right here you got three mounting socket that you can mount it inside, so that way you don't have to drill hole on the stud. But if you're gonna mount it on the stud, that perfectly fine, because it align perfectly with the two studs on the each side. Alright, so we're gonna install the electrical on the bottom, and then we're gonna mount it up. Alright, next I'm gonna break up the last panel right here to install the electrical, and before I put everything back, I'm gonna put the insulation back inside as well. Alright, next we're gonna tuck the insulation back in. Oh, great. Actually forgot. You have to put the panel back in. Because now the electrical outlet is sticking out. You can't even put it back in. There we go again. Alright, so make sure to learn from my mistake. We're gonna put everything back in before mounting the outlet. So next I'll be mounting the modem, and then right after that it's going to be the firewall and the 245G switch. Alright, so now I have the modem mounted. Next we're going to mount a firewall. For now I'm just going to leave everything hanging like this until I got the UPS, and then I can run all the cable neat and nicely like how I always do it. And let's do it. So there we go. I have the modem, the OPNSense firewall installed, and as well as the Yangli. For right now I'm just leaving the Yangli hanging out right now because I don't know how big the UPS gonna be, and until I got my UPS delivered mounting the UPS, I'm not sure where I gonna put the Yangli as. So this Yangli is actually it's only 80 bucks, pretty affordable. So as you see, it support a AO2.3 AF and ATPoE. The reason why I'm using this is because on the other end of that Ethernet cable, I'm probably gonna hook it up to the Unify switch, or gonna be a Unify access point, and this one is support up to 245 gigabit per second port, plug and play, fanless. So it should be pretty quiet. I just see it, there's no noise, fan noise or nothing because fanless. And for the hinges, thing about this enclosures, you can mount the door on either side. So let's put it on. So the hinges is like a little plastic clip, so you put on whatever side that you want to put the door. So I want to open it this side, so that's why I can see everything in here. And you press it in. Same thing in this side, and then down here. All right. And then we're gonna put the door on. So right here they have a hole pre-cut already. So there's one on top and another one here on the bottom. These are optional. You can buy like a lock kit from Leviton, and that's where you can lock it up the box. Like you see, these things are still sticking out. So that is actually like a cutout panel. They're gonna cover all that thing. So I'm gonna order that. I'm gonna show you when I get it to see how much of the difference it's gonna make it look. Probably gonna make it look better because it's gonna cover all these gap between the wall and the door itself. And let's open it up. All right, and there you go. There you have it. And that concluded the today video. In the next video, when I get the cutout panel as well as the UPS, I'm gonna show you the final setup. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.